Alright, since I've never actually done this before, I never went over my entire PlayStation 1 collection. The place is a little bit of mess. I'm sorry there's some noise, I live near a highway. Oh, I also got I play my old PlayStation games usually on Trinitrons. I got a Trinitron and a Trinitron Wego. Both of them work fine, and they were both free for me, so hey. The only issue was getting them upstairs. Down there I have the rest of my Sony collection. I got a Vio monitor. And then a Sony CD player. I don't have anything to hook it up to. Some nice headphones that I got from someone. Pretty good. Little overview. That part of my sub's a mess right now. I'm still sorting everything. I'm gonna do inventory on my day off. And let's take an overview of the game, systems and accessories and hardware. Over here I got some posters and magazines, demo discs, rarity. Up there on those top two shelves are the PlayStation games, but I guess we'll just go down here. We'll start off with my loose discs. I have a whole bunch of loose manuals and games. I'm not going to go over all of them. We have 2 copies of Harvest Moon, one my sister had when we were younger so she could play it also. At the same time I was playing it, since it's a one-player game. Grand Theft Auto. Some of these discs I need to go through and get clean and see if they work. Got 2 of the Interact demo discs here. Crash 2. Shrek. This game I don't care for. Resident Evil Survivor. Got my Mega Man Legends and my Mega Man Legends 2. I wish I never took them out of the jewel case. They're worth, like, I think still, like, $50 or whatever if you have it in there. Crash. I still got my Tron Bond and my Mega Man Legends 2 demo disc. Came with it. Meh. Like I said, I have a few dupes from deals and stuff. I got 2 different versions of the Game Shark. This one's from the Game Shark CDX. I'll get to that in a little bit. And then the 2 version 2. And then I have a couple loose Final Fantasy VIII games. One's a complete thing, and the other one are 2 separate discs. I got these ones because, from whoever I got this from, they lost the, oh, my stepbrother, I'm sorry. They lost the other 2 discs. The one are from the white label, or not the white label, I'm sorry. The one is from the black label, and the other one's from the greatest hits. I'm not sure which at the moment. I want to get a complete one someday. And over here, I'll show you once I get to the actual PlayStation. This was an early Game Shark device. It plugged back into the PlayStation port, and then it plugged into I think this is either parallel or serial port, into your computer, and that's how you would scan and view the hexadecimal codes to figure out what codes did what. I haven't got it working yet because I don't think I have the right version of Game Shark. I got a Game Shark memory card. I'm sure many people have seen these. And then I traded all my third-party memory cards in. And I got these first-party ones. Gray, red, and black. Everything works good. Got myself a link cable. I doubt many people remember this, but the original PlayStation did have it so you could system link 2 together and have a multiplayer game, 1 on each screen. I don't have any games to show off or completely test at the moment. The only game I can think of is Armored Core. I enjoyed doing that. Here we have the Konami Justifier, I believe it is. Looks like your standard light gun. You know, it works. What's kind of neat is if you plug this in the second slot in Silent Hill, then when you start a new game, you unlock this gun pretty much in the game, and it's very overpowered. It kills almost anything instantly, and it auto-aims. Alright, over here we have the Dex Drive. Went over my N64 collection. I mentioned I had one for those. This is the PlayStation equivalent. For those that don't know, you would plug into your serial port on your computer, but of course you just get USB adapters these days because I don't think anything comes with a serial port. And then you could plug your memory card in here and then just save all your data onto your computer. Since these things are very small, and I know that if you have a few, yeah, and the standard hard drive these days is about a few terabytes, and those files are maybe only a few kilobytes, so obviously you can keep everything you ever wanted. I got these with a bunch of stuff one day. I think it was some dude at a yard sale. He had a whole bunch of random game stuff. I tested one of them out and they seem to both work. Basically, it was by Interact, the same people that made the Dex Drive and the Game Shark and whatnot. It's supposed to just be like for driving games. Not hard to tell that. What's kind of neat though is this is also the same mold thieves for the N64 variation, so they still have like this kind of thing. And the N64 memory card would have went in there if this was the N64 version, but it's not, so eh. Two of those. We got my pile of the original controllers before the DualShock. I gotta go through and test all of them. I'm sorry I didn't sort anything real nice. Like I said, I'm tired today from working. Over here we got the DualShocks. I don't think I have any of the analog non-DualShock. Oh, I missed it. They did have analog controllers that weren't DualShock, but I don't think I have any of those. I believe these all are DualShock. I'm gonna go through them a little bit and find out. The only difference is there's no rumble at all. They're actually kind of hard to find as far as I know. I don't know many people that have them, or power cords, nothing special. The multi-links. So you could have 4 8-player games. The only game I can think of off the top of my head that did do that is Crash Team Racing. 4-player. Keep that around. I got a copy of Crash somewhere, I think. Actually, I might not. Got the RF switch adapter. For those that won't remember it all, when you just had standard cable, you plug that in the back where the coax port goes. And then bam, either channel 3 or 4. That's pretty much dead now because everything's HDMI. Random AV cords of different variations, all first party. I'm not sure which is which. I know that some might be the PlayStation 2 ones, which there is actual a small difference, but as far as performance and compatibility, they're compatible with all of them. PlayStation, PlayStation 2, and PlayStation 3, Slims, regulars, it doesn't matter. They work on any PlayStation, up to 4 and TV and Vita, you know, the handhelds. Obviously not. And over here, might as well go over it. Got myself a PlayStation 1. Needs cleaned off a little bit. Got the controller that went through it. The only real difference is this little jagged part in the color to match the theme. Got the multi-tap themed for it. And clean that off. And here, I actually got the car charger for it. So if you had the monitor, which I have not seen one around to pick up, you plug into this bad boy and you can play in your car. I actually got this in a bin of stuff when I moved into a place that a heroin addict used to live in. Go figure. Standard power cord for the Mini. Alright. Here we have the very last model of the PlayStation. At least in North America. I don't have any other regions at the moment. I live in North America, so. The 9001. At the end, it's going to be 0 or 1 for Japan or America. 0 being Japan and then 1 being the US variations. And on this one, as you'll see, we're going back, they took away some stuff. They still have the serial whatever port, and that's what you use for the link cord, but they took away the other port that's going to be here. I should have probably done this in the blah. I'm sorry for the stuttering. I'm not feeling up to do it today. Should have done this in the worst order. There you go. They have an actual parallel port for the PlayStation on the back. That's where that Game Shark device will plug into. Yeah, they removed on the final model because not much used it and it wouldn't really sell anything, so 7501. Let's see, I think this is the 7001, yep. I forget what the hardware difference between those two is. This one I need to fix the closing button. We got the 5501. I don't remember the hardware difference for that really either. I know they look different on the inside. And then this is my favorite one. My brother actually gave me this. It was his first PlayStation. The 001 refurbished. So, this one, as you guys may know, has something a little different on the back. This is also considered the audiophile version of the PlayStation. I really should do video editing, but fuck it. And basically, this directly attaches to the graphics and audio card and whatnot. So, people refer to it as the audiophile version because if you plugged it into a CD player back in the day or audio setup, it'd give you a way better audio feed since it's just direct. I'm a little sad though. It's making some weird sounds and having issues reading disc. I think it might be going. I want to get the Japanese version of this kinda, because it actually has not only these on the back, but also has an S-video port, and S-video is a better quality than this. Let's overview the hardware. Got something a little obscene, not quite PlayStation, but I got a Bleemcast disc. For those that don't know, on the Dreamcast, well, I should go over Bleem first. Bleem was the first commercial emulator where they actually tried to sell it to you. It wasn't that good, and nowadays it's completely dated compared to ones, because this is like about a over 15-year-old emulator. But they made a Dreamcast variation, and basically you took your actual PlayStation game in and you plugged into the Dreamcast and it played it. But they had to make specialty ones for each game, at least as far as they ran, until Sony run the company into the ground with lawsuits. They didn't win any of them, but they used the tactic of just using lawyers and stuff so they went bankrupt because they couldn't afford the fees. It looks kind of better. There's some visual issues and stuff, but I still recommend it. Dreamcast collection. Now, this is a little odd. This is in a set of PlayStation 2 games, but for Metal Gear Solid Essential Collections, they actually reprinted the original Metal Gear Solid game, both on PlayStation discs. I didn't even know they would have a printer by then. Printer, whatever device it is that you call it that makes the PlayStation discs. A couple demo discs. Pick these up at a local store. Here's the Pizza Hut demos. Here's the Volume 3 interactive sampler with the actual sleeve. I vaguely remember the Pizza Hut demos. Here's one of the Underground demos. Look at that sweet baby. These came as a deal with PlayStation Magazine, I remember. I'm still doing research on them. They had another one called the Underground Jam Packs, which are demo discs. And not only are they demo discs, they usually include save files for some games that you had that will like unlock all the characters and stuff, which is really useful these days because people mostly have probably lost their saves or memory cards that they originally had that shit on. So if you don't want to completely play through a fighting game and unlock all 8 hidden characters because you've done it 100 times before, you can just download one of those onto your memory card and bam. Got a Crash Team Racing poster. Aw, man. Motorcycle poster. Found these at a local comic shop. They had a whole bunch of official PlayStation magazines that were in good condition for $1 each, and they all have the demo discs inside of them still. So I was like, sure enough, I'll get them. Then one day they had a big old sale and everything was off for a little bit, and bam. Got a few players' guides. Crash Warped. It was neat looking through these and see stuff I remember back in the day or didn't quite happen. Ghost in the Shell game. Tony Hawk Player's Guide. Resident Evil 3. Resident Evil Survivor demo. Again, not that great of a game. I'm going to probably play through it once. A Resident Evil 2 guide. And a Fear Effect guide. On to the actual in-case game. Let me put some lighting on. I got over here a few original case games. The very first few PlayStation games were in cases such as these. Over there you can see the later Jewel-esque cases, non-jewel cases. Most of the games up here are just sports games, nothing special. Generic games, Disney games. Oh, Silent Hill is actually good. Under that are games that aren't complete. They're just the cases or manuals are missing. Here's kind of neat. Someone sold me Arc the Lad. She was having financial issues and didn't care for JRPGs, so dang. This collection has the 1 through 3 on it, and then also System Works did a making of video where they kind of went over them doing the series. And I believe there's some kind of like monster fighting challenge game. Rising Zan, that's another interesting title. Got my Final Fantasy Tactics, Resident Evil 2, Parasite Eve, Activision Classics, Qbert, Final Fantasy, Metal Gear, Resident Evil 3, Fear Effect, sadly the disc isn't working for disc 1 right, Gran Turismo, Warhawk, WoW 9, Twisted Metal. I'm probably going to go through someday and actually do a good video on the entire collection, but I'm just too lazy now. I just want to do an overview, and every once in a while I just want to do this for inventory reasons also. Well, there you have it. Sorry the video quality was kind of shit, but signing off, fam.